My first follow-along workout video to help lower blood pressure has had almost 2 million views in the last 2 years. So this video is a new version for you to try. Hi everyone, and welcome to Exercise for Health. And today we are doing another workout video to help you manage your blood pressure. As with the first one, you will only need a small amount of space to move around in, an armchair to rest your hands on, and some hand weights or resistance bands for some of the exercises. The program is a similar format to the first version with 4 groups of 3 exercises that will work lots of muscles to keep the heart rate up, with a minute rest after each group. 2 of the 3 exercises will be done with a higher tempo to gain more of a cardio effect, and the middle exercise will be done at a slower control pace for more of a muscle conditioning effect. I will offer alternative, easier variations with some of the exercises in case you need it, but as with all my workout videos, please take it at a pace that feels right for you and rest when needed. This isn't recommended for people with a heart condition, and providing your resting blood pressure does not exceed 180 over 100, then this routine should be safe and effective for you. Right, have a drink of water handy and let's go. Okay, let's start this warm up then with a gentle walk on the spot. So as we're walking, just make sure we lift the knees up a little bit, get a good swing of the arms, so make it a bit more of a march. And we'll just gradually build the heart rate up through this warm up. We're going to do a number of exercises in this, which will take about 5 to 6 minutes before we then go into the main part of the program. Good. So what we're going to do from there is we're going to do some side steps, but we're going to make them really wide. So side to side, big steps as you move one side to the other, but really focus on driving off that outside foot to move yourself across from side to side. If you want to add a little bit of arm work into it, just swing the arms from side to side as well. You're more than welcome to. Big movement. That's it. Good. Excellent. Okay, so the next one's going to be, we're going to step out to the side. As we do that, we're going to reach the arm over the head. So bringing the feet back together in the middle and then reach across over the head as you do that step out to the side. Good. Keep that going. Just a nice steady tempo for this warm up. So you're not trying to go too fast yet. Okay, the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a step back and then reach the arms overhead. So both arms are coming up as we do a step back. Try not to lean the body back too much, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to compress the spine. So it's just a step back, keep the body upright, raising the arms up over the head. Just work on your range of movement for your shoulders as you step back. Good. Okay, the next one's going to be knee raises up to the front. As we do that, you just bring your fingertips by the side of your temples, and we're going to twist towards that knee. So as the left knee comes up, I'm twisting the upper body to the left. As the right knee comes up, I twist to the right. Good. So keep that movement going, working into those core muscles. You should start to feel your breathing rates coming up by now. Okay, let's go into a box step now. So visualize a square shape on the floor, and all you're doing is just step in to each corner of that square. So go forwards, forwards, back, back, forwards, forwards, back, back. So as we get to the front, we're going to do a side arm raise. So from there, raise the arms out to the side and then back down. So when you're at the front, arms should be up at the side, and then you step back again. Nice steady movement with the arms. Okay, the next bit, still kind of a similar movement to this. It's going to get your brains working a bit. So what we're going to do now is step with one, heel raise, back, back, forwards, heel raise. So we're only doing 3 steps this time, which means you should be alternating the feet with the heel raise. So when you step forwards, you're going to lift the heel up as the arms go out to the side. Step back, step forwards, heel raise. Back, back, forwards, heel raise. Good. Right, let's go into a toe tap to the back with an arm extension to the back. So keep the elbows up high, squeeze the shoulder blades together. As you tap the foot back behind you, you're straightening the elbows, getting the arms straight. Activate those muscles on the top of the arm. Good. Next one. So now we're gonna reach across as we skip over, reach across to the opposite side. If you don't want to do the skipping motion, you can just do this as a step. Step and reach across, step and reach. If you can skip, then skip across. Good, right, last one. We're gonna do the icky shuffle. So this is that 1, 2, 3 knee raise, 1, 2, 3 knee raise. So you're going from one side to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep that movement going. Just a few more seconds. Should be feeling a lot warmer by now. Okay, good. Right, just march that out. So in about 25 seconds, we're gonna start the main part of the workout. Let me explain the first exercise. It's a Mexican wave squat. So what we're gonna do is do a squat where your hands go down towards the floor. And then as we shift across the opposite side, we do a Mexican wave movement. Woo! And then squat back down. You don't have to do the woohoo bit. That's optional. So this is the movement. Get yourself ready. Off we go. So squat down, skip across, squat down, skip across. Now you don't have to do the skip. You can step it if you prefer this way to make it slightly easier. But if you can put the skip in, that will add to the cardio effect. Make the heart rate go up higher. So your arm raise allows you to skip across, doing that Mexican wave movement with the arms, and get a nice low squat. Keep the upper body upright as you're squatting down. So you just work to your range of movement with your squat. Make sure you're balanced in the middle. You don't have to get your fingers to touch the floor. So don't worry about that. Just go down as low as you feel comfortable. Good. Keep that movement going. Last few seconds on this one. You might be feeling this in the quads, in the muscles in the front of the thighs. Good, well done. Right, grab your hand weights or your resistance band. So we're gonna do front raises for the next one. We're gonna slow the tempo right down. If you're using a resistance band, use your front foot to step on the resistance band. And then from there, you're gonna step back as you raise your arms to the front. Step back, slow arm raise to the front. If you're using hand weights like me, we can alternate with the feet. But if you've got the band, keep the front foot where it is. Off we go. So real slow with this one, because we're doing more of a conditioning effect with these middle exercises. We're working into the muscles in the shoulders. And you'll probably find your breathing will start to recover a little bit from the first one. So slow and steady. We're only aiming for about 10 to 15 reps at the most within the minute. So it's a lot slower tempo. Good, we're halfway through. Make sure you're breathing out as you lift the weights up. Breathe in as it comes back down. Just taking that little step back. If you've got the resistance band and you want to switch your feet over, you can do that. Slow and steady though. Good, last 10 seconds on this one. Notice I've got thumbs coming up if I extend my thumbs. Good, okay. Pop the weights or the resistance band down. So next one we're going to do a knee thrusts. So what we do is we start off with our arms in front, just higher than about shoulder height. And then from there with the back leg, we're going to do a knee thrust as we pull the hands down, tap it back. Second time, third time. At that point, we switch and go on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, switch. Okay, so get yourself ready. And off we go. So we're back into a tempo again. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. So you work at a pace that feels right for you. Okay, you can go faster if you want to, because this is one done at a faster tempo. Make sure you're really pulling those hands down either side of the knee as you drive that knee up. So that knee thrust, arms come down either side. 2, 3, change. Okay, this is the third of the first group of 3. So after this, we're going to get an extra long break. We get a minute, and that's where we can grab a drink. Last few seconds on this one, keep it going. Hold that tempo if you can. 2, 3. Good, well done. Right, you've got 60 seconds rest, grab yourself a drink. Heart rate should be up a bit now. Okay, while you're recovering, I'm going to introduce you to the next exercise for the next group of 3. We're going to do a hamstring curl with a bicep curl. So we're going to be moving laterally as we do the hamstring curl, trying to get the heel up as close as you can to your bottom, but don't let the knee come forwards. So keep the knee back behind you as you get that heel flick. At the same time, fists come to shoulders, but the elbows stay tucked in. So we're going to be moving side to side. You can make it a smaller movement to make it easier, bigger movement, more of a cardio. Get yourself ready, off we go. So moving side to side. Get the heel of that foot up as close as you can to your bottom. So working those muscles on the back of the legs. We're also working the muscles on the front of the arms a little bit. And we're doing it with tempo. So you do it at a pace that you can manage. Slow it down if you need to, shorten the movement. That'll make it easier. Bigger movement, faster movement, makes it harder. Good. Keep it going. You might feel that on the back of the legs a bit. So make sure you keep that knee back behind you. Don't lift the knee up in front as you're bending it. So we're trying to keep that knee back. Last 10 seconds on this one. Well done. Good. Grab your hand weights or your band. So we're going to do a hip hinge with an arm row. So if you've got a resistance band, you can actually stand on the resistance band itself. And then the movement is to hinge at the hip. So I'm keeping my lower back flat as I go forwards, keeping my head and my chest up. At that point, I'm going to do the arm row. So I'm trying to lift the weights up close to the side of the pelvis, drop the weights down, and then stand back up. Slower tempo on this one. So feet are shoulder width wide. Get yourself ready. Off you go. So hip hinge, row, lower, stand back up. And again, hip hinge, hold that position, row, lower, stand back up. So again, slower tempo on this one because we're really trying to work into those muscles, allowing the heart rate and the breathing to recover a little bit on this middle exercise. Good, so you should feel the muscles on the back of the legs at that point there where you're trying to hold it while you do the row before you stand. As you're lifting the weights up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Really try and activate all the muscles on the top of the back for this one. All those muscles that help with your posture. Good, nice and steady. Again, we should only be able to do about between 10 and 15 reps within the minute on this one if we're doing it at the right speed. Good, well done. Right, pop your weights or your band down. So the next one, we're now going to go into lateral ski jumps. So for this one, we're going to have the feet together. Imagine like you're skiing, but what we do is we're going to jump to one side and twist. Semi-squat position as we do the ski movement. Jump and twist, ski. Ski, ski. Now, if you don't want to do the jump, what you can do is just do a step over, squat, step over, squat, to make it slightly easier. Get yourself ready, off we go. So a little squat position, Jump over and twist at the top. Arms come up as you jump. Good. It's only a small little hop as you move across, so it's not a big jump. And we're not squatting down too far. We're just allowing the hips to bend. Keep the knees slightly bent as you go down, but trying to keep the feet and the knees relatively close together as you move side to side. If you want to step over, make it easier. Again, if you want to do it faster, that's going to increase the cardio effect. So faster is harder, but try and work at a tempo that you can manage for the minute. Keep the oxygen going in. Body needs it. Last 10 seconds on this one, and then we've got that extra long break coming up. Good, well done. Grab yourself a drink, minute rest. I'm leaking, don't know about you. Okay, while you're having a breather, let me introduce you to the next exercise. So the first one of the third group of 3. So we're going to do a reverse lunge with a rotation of the torso. So this basically means start with your feet shoulder width wide, just bring your hands in front. If I take my left leg back to do the lunge, I'm going to rotate towards my right as I lunge down, come forwards, and then this other leg goes back, so I'm rotating towards this front leg as I lunge. Back knee only needs to bend as much as you're comfortable with it. So if you don't feel that you want to go too low, don't go too low. Ready? Off we go. So step back, lunge and rotate. Forward, step back, lunge and rotate. So again, this is a cardio one. So we're trying to work with tempo as best you can. And only go as low as you feel comfortable when you do that lunge. So the front foot should be flat on the floor. The back one should be up on the ball of the foot. Keep that movement going if you can. Remember, to make it easier, don't go quite so low. Just step and bend the knee a little bit and rotate. So you're not going down anywhere near as low. That'll make it easier. Good. Hopefully you're feeling as breathless as I am. Last few seconds on this one. Good, okay. Right, we don't need the hand weights for the next one, but you do need your support. So I'm gonna use the edge of my sofa here. Hands on the support a bit wider than my shoulders. Feet behind, keep the body in a straight line. We're gonna do a press up. As soon as we come up, I'm gonna lift one knee up towards the opposite elbow, and then the other knee comes up towards the opposite elbow. Set back, and then I start the press up again. Make sure you keep the body straight as you're going up and down. Get yourself ready, and off we go. So press up, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Start again, press up, slow and steady. So this is that slower tempo exercise where we're really working into those muscles on this one, on the chest and the back of the arms and the shoulders a bit. So keep it slow, keep it controlled. We're only aiming to do about 10 to 15 within the minute. Good. Depending on your mobility will depend on how high you can get your knee towards that opposite elbow. So just work to your range. Also, as you bend the elbows, make sure we're not taking them out to the side. Bend them so they're close to your waist before you push back up. Good. Okay, so next one. We're gonna do knee raise out to the side towards your elbow. So we're gonna have fingertips by the side of the temple. And basically from there, we're gonna be lifting the knee out to the side, but we're also gonna do this movement of the spine where we're gonna laterally flex the spine so the elbow ends up meeting the knee out to the side. So it's a bit of a core one, this one, like the last one was with the twist. So get yourself ready, and off we go. So lift that knee out to the side and then laterally flex the spine. So basically we're leaning to the side so the elbow touches the knee. If you can't get it to touch because of your mobility, that's fine. Just aim to go towards it. Don't have to physically touch it. But again, because this is a cardio one, do this at a tempo that you can manage. The faster the better. Keep the oxygen going in. Good. Last 20 seconds on this one. Then we're going to get another 60-second rest where you can get a drink. Last 10 seconds. Good work. Right, 60 seconds rest, grab a drink. Didn't realise there was this much water in my body. The amount was coming out. Okay, quick drink and I'll introduce you to the next one. So we've got another 30 seconds before we restart. So this next one's called crossovers. What we do is start with our hands out to the side, feet shoulder width wide, and we cross the feet. At the same time, we take one arm up over the head, the other one comes down. We go back to that start, and then we cross the other way, so the other arm comes up over the head. So that's this movement. Takes a bit of coordination. If you find that too much, then you can basically step over this way, moving from side to side. Off we go. Let's cross over at the front. Cross over, cross over. So it's a little bit like jumping jacks. But you've got the arm going over, the one arm going over the head, and we're crossing the feet in the middle at the front. Good. Keep that movement going. So if you need to, remember you can always step in this way, move side to side, just step into it. That's an easier one, easier version. But still try and get the tempo so it makes it aerobic. So do it as quick as you can. Last 10 seconds. Well done. Grab your hand weights or your band. Okay, so we're going to do sumo squat with an upright row. So feet are going to be out really wide for this one. Hands with the weights or the bands. Obviously be trod on the band with your feet, but if you're using the weights, keep the hands quite wide. We're going to sumo squat, come up, upright row. Sumo squat, upright row. Slow on this one. Get yourself ready. Off we go. So go as low as you can on the sumo squat. Just lift the weights up to about as high as the chest so the elbows are out to the side. Back down, start the squat again. So, as you bend the knees, they should be going outwards to the side. So the knees are bending or they're tracking the alignment of the toes. Because your toes should be turned out a little bit. So, that's what's called sumo squat. Have feet a bit wider, knees going out to the side. Don't have to lift the weights up too high. Only come up as high as the chest, elbows no higher than shoulder height, and then back down. Keep the weights or the bands the same width as your shoulders throughout the movement. Good. Again, we're only aiming to do about 10 or 15 to these. So nice, slow and steady. Last couple of seconds. Good. Right, pop your weights or your band to one side. We've got one more exercise left in this main part. And that's where we're going to do a step up, kick, and then back into a floor touch. So I'll turn to the side to show you. So basically we're starting here. We're going to step up, kick with the other leg, spot that foot down, step back, reach down towards the floor. Step up, kick with the front leg, spot down, step back. When we get halfway, I'll get you to switch your feet. So get yourself ready. Off we go. Step up, kick, down, step back. Step up, kick, down, step back. So you don't have to get this hand to touch the floor, but you're reaching towards it. Even if you just get it to like close to your knee or your shin, that's fine. But you're just reaching down towards the floor. It's the same leg that's doing the kick until we swap sides. You don't have to kick very high. So just kick to your range of movement. If the kick is just flicking out in front down here, that's absolutely fine. Let's switch sides. Opposite leg. Step up, kick, down, step back. As you step back, reach down with that hand towards the front foot. Good. Again, as fast a tempo that you can manage. This is the last one. After this, it's all downhill. Nice, easy cool down and stretch. Last few seconds, keep it going. Well done. Grab a quick drink. Only 30 seconds for a quick recovery because we're going to go straight into a cool down now anyway. So once you've had a drink, just find a space, start with a gentle walk on the spot. So we're going to the cool down now. So the aim of this is to allow the heart rate and the blood pressure to come down gradually. So we don't want to stop dead because that'll throw your blood pressure around. So a nice gradual reduction in the intensity of what you're doing, which will allow the heart rate and the blood pressure to gradually reduce. Okay, so what we're going to do from there is do a side step touch. Just a small movement now, not like we did in the warm-up where we're going really wide. So nice and relaxed. Just listen to your breathing start to come back down and come back to normal. Good. Brilliant. Okay, let's go back into a walk again. A little bit slower now. So the fitter you get, you'll find the quicker your heart rate and your breathing rate will recover. So I'm still slightly breathless after that. If you've recovered already, that's a really good sign that you've got a good level of fitness. If it's taking you a bit longer and you do this workout again, the aim is then you try and recover faster. Okay, good. Gradually bring the feet down to a standstill. Have your feet about shoulder width wide. Place the hands on the hips. We're going to keep the hips moving as we move them left and right. So you're trying to keep your head still where it is, like your feet are still on the floor, and it's just your hips that are moving in the middle from one side to the other side. As you do that, listen to your breathing start to come back down. Hopefully by the time you finish the stretches at the end of this cool down, it should start to be back to normal by then. Right, let's make circles with the hips. So you're going to circle the hips from one side to the front to the other side to the back. So go around one way. Good, and then change direction, so rotate the other way around. Brilliant. Okay, bring it back to the middle. What we're going to do now is we're going to rotate the hips, allowing the back foot to come up on the toe. So the back foot's pivoting as I twist one way and the other way. If you then relax your arms, let them just swing around your body. So it should feel like quite a relaxing movement as you rotate. Good, and then come back to the middle. Right then, let's do a few stretches to finish. If you place one hand on top of the other, roll the shoulders forwards and then push your arms out straight in front of you so you can feel that stretch around the sides and the top of the back. Slow, gentle breathing now. Really trying to get the heart rate to come back to normal. But feel that stretch around the top of the back. Okay, release that. Let's take the hands behind you in the lower part of the back. And then from there, you're going to squeeze the elbows back, like you're trying to pinch the shoulder blades back together, so you can feel it open up the muscles across the front. Good, and release. Let's do a back of the arm stretch. So hand to shoulder, bending the elbow, and then lift the elbow up and back as far as you can, like you're trying to get your hand to creep down your spine. You can use your other hand to assist it by pushing the elbow further back if you need it. But once you feel the stretch, just hold it there for a bit. Again, focus on relaxing your breathing now. Try and get it to come back down to normal. Good. Switch over, same on the other side. Brilliant. Right, take your feet out a little bit wider for the next one. What I want you to do from there is bend one knee of one leg just a little bit. With the other leg that's straight, place your hand on the side of that straight leg, lean towards it so we get a stretch on the inner thigh. Good, and then switch over. Good, okay, bring the feet back in. We're gonna do a hamstring one next. So 1 foot a short distance in front of the other. Keep this front leg straight at the knee. With the hands on the back leg, you're gonna push the bottom up in the air behind you as you take your torso down, and then lift the forefoot and the toes of that front foot back towards you so you can feel the stretch all the way down the back of that leg. Good, and then switch over. So make sure you're pushing that bottom up in the air behind you. Make sure this knee stays straight at the front leg. Lift the toes of that foot back towards you so you come right up onto the heel so you can feel it in the calf and the hamstrings. Good. Okay, last stretch then is the front thigh one. You might want to hold on to something for support for this one, but we're going to take hold of one foot, get the heel of that foot up as close as you can to your bottom, and bring that knee in and back, pushing the hips forwards to get the stretch on the front of the thigh. Good, and then switch over, same on the other side. So heel up as close as you can to your bottom, pull the knee back, hips push forwards. Good, give yourself a pat on the back because now you're finished. Well done if you made it to the end, and I hope you enjoyed your workout today. If so, please give it a like by clicking the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I will leave links in the description below for some other videos that may benefit you, but thank you so much for watching, and remember to stay active and keep moving to feel better. Eee.